Chapter 15, Growing Food. In early days, man was food gatherer, that is, he used to gather food from wild plants or by hunting animals. After many years, he learnt the art of growing food and became a food producer. He settled around the fields and started making small communities. Farming at that time depended on human and animal labor and very crude tools. Over years, he invented, refined and improved tools. These tools reflected his creativity. They also helped him to make farming easier and more productive. Over the years he developed modern farm machines and better varieties of plants, fertilizers and pesticides. This reduced the need for farm labor and led to an increase in crop output. Cultivation of crops. Plants that are grown in fields are called crop plants. Wheat and rice are the most commonly grown crop plants since they are in a large demand. Since agriculture is dependent on climate, nature of soil and availability of water, all the crops cannot be grown everywhere and every time. For example, in Bharat, we have two types of crops, Kharif and Rabi. Kharif crops are ready for harvesting in October to November and Rabi crops in the month of March to April. Crops, fruits and vegetables should always be grown in particular seasons in which they grow best. Different stages in farming. Growing crops requires a lot of skill and patience. It requires certain steps which must be followed with utmost care. These are: preparing the soil. The first step to grow crops is preparing the soil. Before planting the seeds, the soil must be loosened so that it contains air. This is done with the help of a plow and the process is known as plowing. A plow helps to turn the soil over, helping the roots to get air. Sowing the seeds. If you observe crops growing in a field, you will get to know that seeds are planted at the appropriate distance. The depth at which seeds are sown below the soil depends on the type of crop. Usually it varies from 2 centimeters for wheat to about 6.5 centimeters for corn. After sowing the seeds, they are covered with loose soil. Growing crops. Crops are irrigated by rain and other water sources. In the warmth of the sun, the seeds germinate and grow into plants. Sometimes they need additional nutrients in the form of fertilizers. If a crop is at risk from pests or insects, it is sprayed by special chemicals called pesticides. Pesticides protect the crop from diseases. Harvesting. When the crop is ready and full of grains, it is time to cut it. The process is known as harvesting. Harvesting may be done by hands using sickle or with the help of machines. A combine harvester is a machine that combines the task of cutting the crop and then separating the husk from the grains. Storing of crops. Storage of grains is a very important step in agriculture. Harvested grain has to be dried up completely and then stored in godown for future use. Transporting the food. Food grains, fruits and vegetables are mostly grown in the fields which are located away from busy towns. From there, these are transported to the wholesale markets or mandis. Trucks, goods trains and ships are used for this purpose. From wholesale markets these goods are sent to the retailers in different parts of the city. We buy grocery, fruits and vegetables from these retail outlets. Different food items are cooked and served in our plates. Farmers in Bharat. A farmer is a person who practices agriculture, raises livestock, etc. There are different types of farmers in Bharat. Number 1. Marginal or subsistence farmers are farmers who own a very small piece of land. These farmers grow crops to meet their own needs and use traditional methods of farming. Number 2. Tenant farmers are farmers who do not have their own land. These farmers either take a small piece of land on rent or work on someone else's land. Number 3. Commercial farmers are farmers who own large farms. They use modern methods of farming and grow crops on a large scale and sell them in markets at higher prices to earn money. Number 4. Dairy farmers are farmers who raise livestock like sheep and cattle on their farm and earn money by selling the animal products. Number 5. Mixed farmers are farmers who raise a variety of crops and also livestock. They sell their products in the market to earn money. Seasonal migration. At some places, farmers migrate to other farms where farming is done throughout the year. They work as farm laborers there. They come back to their farms in the rainy season. This migration of the farmers is called seasonal migration. Most subsistence and tenant farmers are seasonal migrants. Seasonal migration causes a lot of hardships. The children of these farmers cannot go to school and most of the times they remain uneducated. Changing food habits. Food habits of people have changed a lot since earlier times. Earlier people used to eat healthy meals consisting of things like chapati, rice, pulses and vegetables. Now food items like pizza, burger, French fries, pasta and noodles have become very popular. A large variety of aerated drinks have replaced traditional drinks like jaljeero, lassi and shikanji. In earlier times, people used to eat seasonal fruits and vegetables which were available locally. Fruits like apples and oranges were available only in winter, and melons and mangoes were available only in summer. But now many seasonal fruits, vegetables and perishable food items are available throughout the year. This is because of the advancement in technology, modern means of transportation, and improvement in storage, preservation, and packaging of foodstuff. With growth in the food processing industry, we find a large variety of processed food in the market. Canned mushrooms, frozen vegetables, condensed milk and frozen fish and meat are some examples of processed food. Food habits in different regions. Bharat is a vast country with diverse cultures, customs, clothes and food habits. Different regions have their own traditional food items depending on the availability of crops grown in the region. Religion also plays an important role in forming food habits of people. In coastal regions like Kerala, Goa and West Bengal where rice, coconut and seafood are available in abundance, people eat mainly rice and fish. Wheat is grown in northern states of Bharat such as Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand. It is thus the main food of people living there. Groundnuts are grown in plenty in Gujarat and Maharashtra. So, people in these regions use groundnut oil for cooking and put nuts in most of the dishes they make. In Rajasthan, millet grows in plenty. Thus bajra roti is quite popular there. A few traditional food items of some regions of Bharat are given in the table below. Region, Punjab, food items, makki ki roti, sarson ka saag. Region, Rajasthan, food items, dal, bati, churma, bajre ki roti. Region, Gujarat, food items, dhokla, thepla, poha. Region, Tamil Nadu, food items, idli, dosa, rasam, sambar. Region, West Bengal, food items, rice, sandesh, rasgulla. Region, Jammu and Kashmir, food items, rogan josh, rajma. Region, Northeastern states, food items, momos, wonton, thukpa. Let's recall. Number 1. Plants grown in a field are called crop plants. Number 2. Various stage in farming are plowing, sowing seeds, irrigation, adding fertilizers and pesticides, harvesting and storing. Number 3. The food habits of people are changing with advancement in technology. modern transports, and improvement in storage and packaging. Number 4. Different regions have their own traditional food items.